crime appeared in our society, people have been trying to reduce the frequency of its occurrence and minimize the damage that it causes. For those that read between the lines, the language is clear. Crime is never going away. As long as there's an easier way to make $1 than a hard day's labor, there will be people that pursue those means to support themselves. The structural functionalist way of thinking makes sense here. Since there are always criminals in a population, there must be criminals in all societies. Therefore, certain crime becomes normalized. For instance, a man being stabbed in broad daylight is a heinous act, unless it's committed by an enforcer during the act of a protection racket. So, that's just kind of normal behavior for that type of person to do. But that really begs the question, how did stabbing people become normalized? The existence of organized crime has been a popular source of villains for innumerable movies and television series because they provide a steady stable of bad guys for the protagonists to defeat. However, these are based off of real incidents of criminals joining together to more efficiently exploit others. It's a social phenomenon that people at large acknowledge these organizations and casually accept their presence as just a part of everyday life. So what if someone found themselves in a position to do something against the mob and actually took the action? Would they be viewed as heroes or villains? Why do I bring this up? Because today we talk about the Boondock Saints. Another gem from 1999, Troy Duffy's cult classic follows the exploits of two brothers and their brush with the Russian mob in Boston. While a favorite among its fans, the film leaves a rough divide with those that disagree with the whole premise of the movie. What's so controversial about a little vengeance in Boston? Well, let's say a prayer as we reload our pistols and dive into the fray, because apparently that's what Jesus would do. Meet the McManus brothers. They're brilliant underachievers who enjoy going to church like badasses. For those of you playing along at home, this is how you pray like a boss. Kneel during the homily, then as soon as that man starts talking, you'll walk right past him, kiss Jesus' feet, say something in Latin, then walk out for a smoke. So cool. In fact, their coolness is a running theme. At each turn, despite the brothers being out of their league or acting like buffoons, which happens with strangely high frequency, they have an effortless cool, acting like everything is going according to plan, even when they are acting totally insane. Toilet assassination crazy! To be fair, they were acting in self-defense against these mobsters, who came to kill them. While the murders were vicious and brutal, they were legally alright. And this creates a weird gray area. See, when the newspapers run this story, they bypass the whole self-defense angle and instead focus on the kill two mobsters side of things, which paints the brothers as heroes, actually calling them saints. Their action is totally celebrated because of the people that they killed. How can a newspaper get away with this when, in all reality, they're doing this?
Oh God, what have I done?
Excuse me, I'm trying to study.
I didn't mean to.
And yet you're still into— oh my God, what happened?
It was self-defense, I swear. This dealer, he just came at me out of nowhere.
A drug dealer?
I don't know, maybe. What the bloody hell are you doing?
You rid society of a drag. Up high.
Dude!
When their accidental vengeance is celebrated not only by the public, but with handshakes by police officers, it's no wonder that the brothers believe they're doing something good when they killed two people. So if it's good once, why not go for two? Like free refills at a beverage bar, except that they're murdering people. Sure, people who deserve it, but by whose measurement are they judging? Apparently, God's. The brothers have their epiphany in the holding cell, when the rain awakens their spirit to their true calling. And as two true believers, knowing everything happens for a reason, they know that this path they're on must be the will of God, and use this heavenly being's blessing to justify murdering bad people. And when I read this out loud, yeah, that sounds nuts. But, compared to the man investigating them, their right is rain.
There was a firefight!
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for full-force Willem Dafoe. He plays the FBI agent brought in to investigate the enforcer killings, and quickly closes the case as self-defense through implausibly brilliant detective work. Yet somehow, when more killings of the mob occurs, he doesn't immediately suspect the two who recently acted against them. Strange, since he seems to know every detail other than the one staring the audience in the face. Okay, I'm being a little unfair here. Really, he's just keeping an open mind to the investigation so he can understand the motives of someone wanting to take on the mob in the particular way that it's happening. And he's got a very open perspective on this. So open, in fact, that he discovers he actually approves of what they're doing. I'll repeat that. The FBI investigator is convinced by holy revelation that what the Boondock Saints are doing is the right course of action, and midway through the film decides to help them pursue it. That's as implausible as when the majority of the police force aided Tyler Durden when he blew up buildings. And the Saints didn't even give Defoe a cool speech. Oh, Gruesvaber. Okay, stepping back for a second, let's look. Why would this agent approve of the wanton slaughter? He's apparently been with the task force a long time, seen many mob killings probably way more ruthless than what the Saints are doing, and Defoe realizes that these guys are not doing this for glory, but because the brothers believe it's right. So the Saints' intentions are good, they have police support by proxy, and they're lucky enough to pull off 3 massacres without a hitch. So really, what could go wrong? Well, see, the mob pulls out their big gun, Il Duce, a real force to be reckoned with. Here, I'll let the DM explain.
Really? Really? You're wearing +5 plate? Let me see the sheet. Huh. Looking at the sheet here, and looking at the book here, I see sorcerer plus plate equals you have proficiencies to wield it, so that's gonna be fine. Good idea, actually.
Wait, heavy armor can be used by spellcasters now?
See what you miss when you don't show up?
Never mind. Do you have time to give your opinion?
Before I speak, I want to know what the topic is.
Il Duce.
What are you watching that involves Mussolini?
Sorry, Boondock Saints Il Duce.
That makes more sense. The man-made monster Il Duce shows the worst outcome of immigration. He loses himself to the troubles of urban living, but instead of crumbling, he gets even. All while gaining the ability to shoot people like a silent badass. Being the man who asks no questions, shoots whoever he's told, moving through people like a howling black wind. No conscience, no remorse. He's no longer a man, just an ominous force.
How ominous?
Well, just look, here's how he leaves his prison cell.
That's pretty hardcore.
When Il Duce encounters the Saints and Rocco, who have previously experienced nothing but success in their vendetta against the mob, he's a reality check that they could be in way over their heads. If the people they're attacking have someone like Il Duce on a leash, what chance do the 2 brothers and their funny friend have against them?
So he's the obstacle they have to overcome.
No, he's the bar. In order for the Saints to succeed in their whole quest against corruption, they need to become just as ruthless and just as soulless as the Reaper that's attacking them.
So to beat the bad guys, they have to become better than them at killing.
Better, faster, stronger.
So they just have to learn from the master.
Actually, in Italian, Il Duce means the leader, not master.
Thanks for the language lesson. Wait, the leader? That was intentional!
Huh. Ah! What? That don't happen to you!
He's viewed as the big bad, the thing that will take down the Saints, but in the end, he's their greatest asset, giving them guidance on how to more effectively make a stand against the mob and make examples out of those that think themselves untouchable. He becomes their mentor and puts them on the path. See, the writer gave away Il Duce's purpose by giving him that name in the first place. It was so obvious. Why didn't I see it?
You read way too much into things.
I've been told. Thanks, DM.
And good luck with that. Anyway. So, you're saying you want to infuse your armor with burning hands? Fine. Good luck taking it off.
So combined with the full support of the mob's deadliest weapon and Boston's police, the Saints finally reveal themselves as a public enterprise, doing their part to clear the streets of corrupting influences like mob bosses with a little prayer and some close-up gunfire. See, this is how Project Mayhem would do their public executions if they ever went public. In fact, the more I think about it, the more this film is just a more socially reformed, angled Fight Club. The brothers are actually content in their lives, but it's this outside pressure that's corrupting their own contentment that makes them really want to stand up and take action, regardless of repercussions. They are standing up for the rights of everyone, and they're not doing this for themselves, not for glory, but just to make the world a safer place. And the weight from their actions is actually illustrated beautifully in the credit sequence of the film. Footage of candid interviews with normal people roll during it, showing reactions of the exploits of the Boondock Saints, some in vocal support, others calling them terrorists and murderers, no better than those that they kill. Both sides have their points, and in the end, it's really left in the air. The audience decides for themselves which side they take, and that explains the rift in this film's fandom. So, for all its mixed morals and insane actions, the Boondock Saints is a one-of-a-kind experience that's going to linger on in the cultural consciousness. I mean, it already has, even if a sequel tried to ruin that. And hey, at least the brothers didn't take joy in killing, because that would make their quest for social vengeance an entirely different animal. And we'll tackle that particular beast next time. I'm the other Socio, and this trilogy is getting a whole lot darker. Well, let's say a prayer as we reload our pistols and dive into the fray. Like good little Christians. Kill them some in the name of the Holy Father and the Son of... Wait, because that's what God would want. Was that too much?
No!